Hello, and welcome back to physics. Today I want to talk a little bit about some constant velocity, some terms to know, and those terms include frame of reference. In your daily life, a frame of reference is just what you're comparing stuff to, but in physics, we're talking about a coordinate system and all of the reference points that will give you a unique location within that frame of reference. And so when we talk about positive directions, negative directions, when we talk about cardinal directions, when we're talking about graph coordinates, those are all frames of reference. And that's a really important thing. So the next thing we want to talk about is distance versus displacement. So there are two things that we will want to know, right? And they're both about how far. Distance is how far something has physically traveled, like the total length of the path. Whereas displacement is the shortest distance between the initial position and the final position. So the start and the end point. But initial position and final position are terms that I'm going to use a lot and you want to know. So you could actually travel a distance of 100 meters, but your displacement is 0 because you started in one spot, walked around for 100 meters, and ended up in that very same spot again. And so that's really the fundamental difference. So when we think about distance, short line distance between 2 points is displacement. Distance is the total. So distance is scalar because you can change direction. It just adds up all the directions in which you've traveled. Displacement is a vector because you've gone from here to here overall in this given direction. Okay, and so when we're finding displacement, we have to add all of the directions and magnitudes of distance together to make this happen. And I want to thank Mrs. Clark for this problem. I used it from hers. So if you start at 0 meters, which is right here, and you travel 5 meters in a positive direction, and then you travel 12 meters in a negative direction, so that would be negative 12. So we've got 5 plus negative 12. Then we turn around and go positive 3 more meters. We've got positive 5 plus negative 12 plus positive 3, right? So that would be 5 plus minus 12 is negative 7, plus 3 is negative 4. And so our displacement is negative 4 meters, right? Our distance is 20 meters because 5 plus 12 is 17 plus 3 is 20. Okay, so more terms to know, and you're going to practice this more, and there's another video for you to watch, and then there's some problems for you to practice with, and a little interactive thing. Time is how long. In your daily life, it's how long something takes, or it's a point of reference in which we can sequence events. I had breakfast at, 5 a.m. I got to school at 7:15 a.m. I started first period at 8:45 a.m., right? That sort of thing. But in physics, it's still how long, but we really define time by the measurement. And so we're really looking at like how long does this thing take, whatever. But it's a scalar, and its unit is in seconds. And the reason that it's important that we're defining it by its measurement is because we can use it to find other quantities, which you will see later on. Its variable is lowercase t, and you'll notice all of our math stuff is actually in italics, okay? All right. Position, this is really important to distance because remember I was talking to you about your initial position and your final position for displacement. The position is where you are in your frame of reference, okay? It is a vector since it's got to be relative to something else. It is also measured in meters because it's how far away you are from other things in your frame of reference. And the variable is an x with a little arrow on the top of it. And in this case, like the cafeteria is negative 1 units. Ignore that r there. I got this picture on the internet and it's a lovely picture. The r is a little questionable for what we're talking about. So that should be an x. But the cafeteria is negative 1 blocks, miles, whatever from the dormitory. The physics lab is 2, positive 2, right? Because it's in the opposite direction. All right, that is it for the terms that you need to know. So I wanted to pull those out for you. Now you can start the activity that we're doing on Intro to Motion. And if you have any questions, please email, chat me, or ask me in class next time I see you. All right, that is it. Have a great day.